Perhaps the moon knows the secret of the new sound.
So bright and pull on the surfaces. So bright and they walking on my face. So bright and
Open your mind. Let us begin our quest to find the new sound.
I've got new. Lacy Zuzu. I've got rice.
Look at them shine, everything we need.
I've got new. Lacy Zuzu.
Okay, let's have fun.
Icy Zuzu. I've got new. Icy Zuzu. I've got new.
Look at them shine,
Icy Zuzu. I've got new. Icy Zuzu. I've got new.
look at them shine.
So bright and bright, pull on the surfaces. So bright and they walking on my face. So bright and bright, pull on the surface, pull on the surface. So bright and they walking on my face. Icy Zuzu. I've got new. Icy Zuzu. I've got new.
Look at them shine,
Icy Zuzu. I've got new. Icy Zuzu. I've got new.
Sound.
You must choose. Bimbo, bimbo. My name is Mr. Susan. You must choose, and now it is time for you to do the choosing. I am Mr. Bean.
I've got new.
You must choose.
I've got rice.
Look at them shine. I am Mr. Bean.
I've got new.
You must choose.
I've got rice.
Look at them shine.
Trapped in cabinets, trapped in cabinets.
Can he get out? Will he get out? 'Cause he will.
You like a single time, Vince, single time. You like a single time.
They walking on my face.
Everything we need here. You like a single time, Vince, single time. You like a single time.
They walking on my face.
I did a rhyme.
Icy Zuzu. I've got new. Icy Zuzu. You better. I've got rice.
Look at them shine.
Icy Zuzu. I've got new. Icy Zuzu. I've got new. I've got new. Icy Zuzu. I've got new. Icy Zuzu. You better. I've got rice.
Look at them shine.
Icy Zuzu. I've got new. Icy Zuzu. I've got new.
Look at them shine.
I did a song. Jupiter, I did a song. You ain't got one. Yeah. Oh, I feel sick.
Muted. Oh, I'm boomering it up. Oh my gosh. Thank you, chat, for telling me. Oh my gosh. Hello, chat. As I was saying, there almost wasn't a stream tonight because I got sick last night. Okay, chat. I'm watching my audio is peaking right now. I'm watching it peak on the audio mixer. I think you guys are lying to me now. All right, I'm not a boomer. We're not boomering it up here, chat. I hold on. I could get the boomer hat on if I need to. I could get the boomer hat on if I absolutely need to. Because you all are making fun of me here. There we go. Alright. Boom mic for the boom. Yes. Anyway, hello chat. I have a special guest tonight. And they are... Actually, I'll just let you introduce yourself here real quickly, Ava.
Hello.
There you are.
My name is Eva the Oakfire. I'm an upcoming PNG tuber / VTuber.
Mm-hmm. Here, I'm going to turn you up just a tad bit there.
I was a practicing... Oh, yeah, no problem. I was a practicing attorney in California. I passed the bar in California. I have not maintained my licensure because I'm not currently in the state. I'm living in a sailboat and, I'm in Mexico right now, so... But, I have done trials, I have litigated things, I am at least familiar with the law.
You're familiar enough that you can give an opinion and it doesn't sound like bullshit, basically. So that's good.
It won't sound like somebody opening themselves up for defamation.
You know how to walk around that, basically, which is good. We need more lawyers that know their stuff today, so that's good. Obviously, chat, you might remember Legal Mindset, who I might be bringing up some of his stuff. I have a couple things we're going to be bringing up today, chat. I will mention we're probably going to talk about this more on Thursday, and we're trying to see if we can get other people to come in and talk about that on Thursday. We'll see. But I'm gonna be completely honest with you, chat. I've been following this behind the scenes. A couple people have asked me why I haven't talked about it immediately as it was going on, and the majority of the reason is just because when you're dealing with a situation, I will say right now, the individuals that are kind of involved in this. Involved with the harassment of Taigga. I really don't like giving these kinds of people attention because when it comes to individuals like this, they seek attention. They seek to be validated, but through doing what they do. And so by me initially just coming out and talking about it, you got to be very careful because that's what they want is attention. I think that's partially why Rev was I'm not gonna say sidestepping, but Rev was very slow, and I think that he had a lot of good reasons for it. So that's why I was also kind of just walking softly about it, because again, you got to be really, really, really careful to not give these people the attention that they want, and we're not. And besides talking that there is a stalker, that's all we're gonna do. I'm not even going to mention their name. I'm not going to talk anything about them. We're just going to talk about Taigga for the most part tonight. Talk about their unpersoning from the internet, about how unfair and unwarranted it appears to be, and just go on from there. And I asked Eva to come on because, again, they are... I don't know how much you want to say about your involvement in this, but you've done a lot of research into this. I don't know if you I know you mentioned it in the Discord, but...
Yeah, I've been advising and researching into the whole situation. And it's the same amount of advice that I'd give anybody. Really, but it's basically, okay, well, here's where the legal lines are. Here's where defamation is. Here's what you can do to try and get YouTube to respond. Here's what you can do to try and get Twitter to respond. as well as make sure that Taigga has now taken steps along with his moderation team to, if he does get his, well, when he does get his platform back, this is unlikely to happen again, at least not nearly as easily.
Oh, I agree. I agree. It's one of those things where when somebody gets unpersoned from the internet, and by that chat, I literally mean like you lose methods of communication. I'm not just I'm like literally pointing at the fact that Taigga's channel is taken down. I don't, because I know that they made a video recently. Was that made on Kick? Do you know? Because Kick doesn't ban anybody, which is crazy. But like they did make a video recently.
I know, right? They actually just banned the Island Boys apparently, but
really, that's crazy.
They still look. Yeah, they look. Apparently, the Island Boys were caught on stream assaulting a woman, but Taigga still has his Twitch, and Taigga's used his Twitch to create content, and then there's still one of his Clipper channels is still up and running as well. So he's been able to limitedly, you know, get the word out, but especially with his Twitter being just nuked, that's kind of a big hit. And of course, obviously the YouTube as well.
Yes, no, I agree. It's really just like it's insane. I'm still trying to learn just like why, because like here's the thing, when it comes to stalkers, they will do whatever. And again, I do believe that a part of this is like an attention grab, which is again why we're not going to mention their names. But I still don't feel like I really understand. Why they decided to go after Taigga. From what it looks like, from a cursory glance, this person just like wanted their attention.
Taigga rebuffed them, and they got overly parasocial.
Is that it?
It's basically what happened. it literally like not the current stalker, but like one of the earlier stalkers had apparently been rather wealthy and tried to like buy their way into his affection. He did not reciprocate, and it escalated to the point where this guy was in a different country and ended up in Canada, and like close enough where it was alarming, you know?
Excuse me. But that's pretty much it.
This is sadly something that especially VTubers, for some reason, people get so in love with the enemy person that they see that they okay, well, if I can't have them, nobody can, kind of thing.
No, it's very weird, chat. I know that as I grow, I will probably have to. I hope and pray that me and nobody else really has to deal with somebody that's like this outright parasocial. And I think I've done a decent job in trying to like push down people's expectations. Like the first big thing that I did is where I was like, hey guys, I'm not actually a female IRL. Which I don't know why, but like some people like me more now because of that. I don't understand it, but you know, sometimes people are people.
Everyone has a everyone has a taste, you know. It's a word out there.
It's very, very true. Very, very, very true. But like I know that like internet harassment like this is something to just kind of unfortunately expect. And I'm not saying that in like a way where like people should be okay with it, because obviously whenever people are like this, you shouldn't be okay with it. But it's just one of those things where it just like
expect it, but also prepare for it.
Yes. Yeah, pretty much.
You know, people might be upset with Mr. Beast right now about like him sending cease and desists and stuff, but Legal Eagle had a proper take in terms of like, say, just for the sake of argument, a lot of the things that the guy is claiming is false. Should he not try and stop blatant lies being told about his company?
No, I agree.
Reputationally damaging and financially damaging. Now, I'm not saying that he is innocent, but that's your like this is your toolkit as a content creator. If someone is going after you, trying to remove your main source of income, like this is more than just a hobby for some people. This is their livelihood.
Yes.
And I don't think many, like, even viewers understand that.
No, I agree. And this is something that I especially like kind of learned back when the Kick Vic stuff was like coming up, and I don't know how much you remember about the Vic Mignogna stuff, but like this is it's not the same situation, but it is in a sense a similar outcome that people are trying to take, where they're trying to push Taigga off of the internet, and it's very sad and disgusting. By the way, Chad, I should... Oh, go ahead.
That's the go-to for people as like even just disagreements. Oh, I don't agree with this person, so I don't think they should be seen in public, like Praise of Shadows kind of stuff. It's like, no, guys, people are allowed to disagree with one another. That's not a reason for deplatforming another person.
I agree. By the way, Chad, I should mention, if you are interested... Taigga does have a GoFundMe. So this was okay, this was organized by one of Taigga's mods. But Taigga is running a GoFundMe right now. I was gonna ask, do you know like what this is gonna be used against, or do they not want to kind of like talk about where this is because I know that they're planning on suing, but like, is there someone specific that they're planning to sue with this, or is that kind of like not public information right now? Ava? Might have lost Ava there for a moment, chat. Anyway, chat, if you are curious, Taigga does have a GoFundMe. And if you're interested, is the pilot for Taigga a girl? Now, that is something that I don't know. I'm going to... So this is something that I've talked about, and I've been trying to be very... respectful when I've asked about it. I'm not going to speculate about Taigga. All I know is that the Taigga Tiger, I believe, is a femboy. The Twitter account that is on Twitter right now that is not not Taigga is their twin sister. Taigga is male. Okay, that's what I assumed. But you know me, chat. I assume things here on the internet. People get mad at me, so so I try not to assume with people I actually care about. Taigga makes jokes about their gender. I mean, this. Hey, I'll tell you what. That's Oh yeah, we did lose. I think Eva. She did mention that her internet was like struggling tonight, but that's okay. I used to have a slightly deeper voice. I do remember hearing that, yes. So, but again, if you are interested, they do have a GoFundMe. If you want to donate and help out with their legal process and all that kind of stuff. Oh no, I hope that Eva's able to come back, because oh, that really sucks when your internet dies like that. I know that feeling. I 100% know that feeling when all that happens. Here, I have a couple Catbox files that I wanted to open up too, with legal mindset. Oh gosh, I hope they're not actually that tiny. Oh, Ava will be back. There they are. Hold on. I'm just gonna give you permission to this channel so that you can just jump back in if that happens.
Yeah, I'm so sorry about that. I'm in Mexico on a boat, like... It's not the most ideal internet situation, sadly.
No, you're totally fine. Totally fine. I would make an Ethan Ralph joke about that, but...
Yeah, oh, so where was I, like, ripped from the into the Shadow Realm? Like, where was I?
We were talking about the GoFundMe that Taigga has going on right now. And I was asking
yes,
you,
okay.
who is Taigga going to be? I don't want to say going after. I don't feel like that's the right way of saying it, phrasing it. But who is Taigga going to be using this legal fund against first?
Oh,
you're kind of you're kind of roboting
he's been
there.
linked up with a content.
Hello? Hello? Oh dear. Oh, I feel so bad. I'm so sorry, chat. Oh. But they should have permission to jump back in if things pop out. Not like this at all, I agree. That they do have permission to just jump back in. Mexican boat elf? Give hugs, yes. Anyway, I kind of lost my train of thought here. The cartel got her. Now she's in the middle of the ocean. Sorry, I have lost my train of thought here. Who set up the GoFundMe? Not Taigga. I'm familiar with who set it up. They're somebody that knows Taigga and is assisting them in the issues that is currently going on here. Shark cartels. She's landlocked. Excuse me. Okay, let me try and regather my thoughts here. I apologize. Really quickly.
One more time.
There you are. Really quickly, chat, before we continue on, make sure you like the stream. If you like the stream, it recommends me further in the YouTube algorithm, and you know, I want to talk about this and have people listen to talk about this. So like the stream if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're brand new to the channel. Now you're back. So who? You mentioned
We're trying to silence me. I have the information. No, I'm kidding. No. The primary use for the legal fund is being linked up with a content creator.
Mm-hmm.
And acting, especially one that has been deplatformed, wrongfully terminated, etc.
Yeah.
Yet, so much as they are going as hard as they can at YouTube to get a proper review.
Right. So right now, the first thing that's really going on is they're pushing YouTube to review everything and actually go to. Because I'm going to be honest with you, chat. One of the big things that we've seen that this stalker say is that the reason why they're going after the quote unquote reason that Taigga has been gone after is because they are quote unquote promoting sexual content on YouTube. And they're going after not only Taigga, they are allegedly. Now here's the thing, when it comes to other content creators, because they're like, oh, we're going after all these content creators. I personally don't believe that, like, I mean, there is a possibility that they could be going after Shy Lily, because Shy Lily's clip channel was taken down temporarily, and then because of how fucking massive Shy Lily is, she said, hey, YouTube, put that back up, and then they did. So, I think that when it comes to, when you see people like this that are going to claim, oh yeah, I did that, that was totally me, I would be less quick to believe them, because there are people that would do that specifically so that they can, get clout and attention from it. So we don't know for sure if that's actually who's going after them, but, you know, my elf lawyer from the border. Sorry, I feel like I cut you off there. But I don't know. I don't like. I'm not really seeing any of Taigga's content. Oh,
Due to the harassment campaign.
huh? Turn you up a little bit more.
Yeah. And in terms of like these people were, oh my god, are you kidding me?
I can hear you now.
What is going on with this thing?
I have no
Okay,
idea.
hold
I can hear
on.
you now. So
I'm gonna actually restart my computer completely.
okay, sounds good. I'll see you in a couple minutes then.
It'll take 2 seconds, but I think there's something going on with my Wi-Fi card.
Okay, sounds good. You do what you need to do then. Taigga's been stalked physically by a millionaire donator for 2 years. That is insane. Again, like, chat, I'm slowly trying to, because, like, just to give you guys some context, I'm trying to find the podcast here. I'm trying to find the podcast here. I know that it's on Mizuhana's channel. Maybe it's on. Well, if I can find Mizu's channel. I should be subscribed to Mizu's channel. There it is. He renamed his channel. Oh, did he get rid of all of his videos? Oh no, Mizu, why did you do that? There it is. The Spotify. Maybe. You know, it could be on Lumi's channel as well. Okay, well, I'm not gonna try and find it, but basically, chat, the very first time I learned about Taigga is when I started this podcast, Under the Tea, almost a year ago. We're on episode 47. We do it weekly. And the very first episode, we were going to talk about Marina, because Marina had stepped in it, and a whole bunch of people were trying to cancel her for her previous abuses, and one of them was the Taigga doc that she had put out. Now, chat, because we were a brand new podcast and we had averaged like 10 to 20 viewers, we did not expect that Marina would find our podcast and then say, hey, can I come on? That was definitely not what we expected by any stretch of the imagination. So, when she came on, we were not expecting her to come on and just like try to debunk or like fight all of the stuff that had gone on. Oh, there's the episode. Is it just gonna be like a listening thing? It is probably just gonna be a listening thing. Here, chat, here's what we're gonna do. If you're interested in the Spotify, here's the Spotify. There you go. And it is the very first episode, and you can listen to it. I don't know why it's not loading. It is just not loading for me. I'm very upset with that. But the entire episode, like we were going over with Marina, the allegations that she had against Taigga, we briefly went through the... Oh, hello there. We briefly went through the...
Alright, I'm connected to the right network, and it seems it looks good.
Awesome, good. I was just going through how I had kind of known of Taigga, because like I've known of Taigga roughly since a year ago when Marina was like stepping into it, and we briefly walked through all of the allegations. And like, here, I'm gonna find the clip. I know that Rev has it on his channel, but like there was a clip. There's a clip that circulates where
I didn't know that all this happened to them, but I remember them from before that event.
Who, Taigga?
Taigga.
Yeah.
I remember when he was in his dog. That's when I knew him.
Here, chat. I'm looking for the clip right now. But basically, there is a clip from the show where she comes on and she's like, "I'm sorry?" ? And it's very disgusting and disingenuous in my personal opinion.
I've never heard a more disingenuous in my life.
I'm trying to find the original, because like there's a bunch of people that have commentated
like,
over it.
Like it takes effort to be.
Yeah. Oh, where is
that like, I'm sorry that you felt like you needed an apology kind of thing, like.
No, yeah, it's here. I'm gonna like skim the Rev Say Desu video here because because that is probably going to be the best.
Yeah, I think they have
got.
it in the first version.
Yeah, I'm gonna open that up. As much as I would like to just open it, because here's the thing, chat. I can open it up on Rev's video. I can open it up on Marina's, or not Marina's, on fucking Ilara's. I'm not gonna open up Ilara's stream. All right, I'm just not gonna. I do have the clip, but Ilara's stream I'm saving for Thursday for a couple of reasons. So, let me. There we go.
Alara needs to familiarize herself with journalistic, if that's the type of content she wants to produce.
Oh, I agree. And I'm not gonna harp on it too long because I don't want to step in it right now. But like
No, of course not.
the amount of wrong journalism I've seen coming from Alara is actually disgusting, and I think that it's gonna come back to bite her in the butt one day. That's all I'm gonna say about it, really. Like, she just... I mean, the thing that's really funny with Alara is she says she's an anti.
This report for so long before it happens.
Okay, chat. I think I have the clip here, so we're just gonna switch over here. I'm gonna put on the audio there. You should be able to hear now.
And that checks out because, as a former friend here has commented, apparently at the time Marina, for a good period of time, was encouraging her friends to support these slanderous posts about Taigga. And the reason
by the way,
she's
really
doing...
quickly, Lennox, and this was also something that we covered when we were talking about Marina, like episode 9 or 10 of our podcast. Marina's whole VTuber group fell apart because Marina is a psychopath, and Lennox, who was one of the members...
Yeah, I went at somebody before about them. After reading the exoneration document, they recognized that Taigga was innocent, but they still thought there was something wrong just on vibes. I'm like, that's not how this works. You can't decide you don't like the vibes, so therefore they're a horrible person. Like...
Oh yeah, I agree.
all this.
What are we doing?
Anyway,
Oh,
chat.
I'm even in here.
Huh?
Shit.
But like...
Oh, my ping is at 5,000.
Oh. Oh, I'm sorry. Anyway, chat. So, like... Sorry, I'm not gonna... I'll wait. I won't cut you off.
No, you're good. I'm trying not to cut you off.
You're good. Go ahead, then.
Yeah, Mexican internet is terrible. It's... If you build a career off of grifting and exposing other people and only seeing the worst out of them, especially when you go, okay, this person's been fully exonerated, but I still don't like them because of the vibes. Well, your vibes are worth nothing because there's no evidence to back it up, and now your stance for destroying a person's career is over feelings. That should not be the way it's done.
No, I agree. I agree. But anyway, chat. So, just to finish giving some more context for this, Lennox, very important person from from Marina's old VTuber group, has endured in the past, and like hopefully they don't endure anymore, and like Marina's people leave them alone. But Lennox has endured a lot of abuse from Marina and her side of people, like a lot of crazy people, because they don't like that Lennox decided to speak out to the abuse that Marina was inflicting upon them and other people. And that's like really frustrating because like when you have like because Marina likes to be like the whole, oh, I'm super paused. I love other trans people. I love other people that are on the alphabet. I love disabled people. But like I literally have seen screenshots where Marina has been outright like like not like physically abusive, but like mentally abusive to other trans people and to other like individuals on the internet. Like I have seen
These type of
screenshots.
bad actors in the trans community that have bullied trans people to death.
And I don't think Marina has done that, but like it's just disgusting because like when you have somebody that is as big as Marina, that tries to put themselves on a pedestal as being I don't even really know how to say it, but like as someone like Marina that tries to put herself above all of the other trans people, it's just like she does a very poor job actually being a trans ally, in my personal opinion.
I'm very progressive and accepting and inclusive. So much so that I'm going to rely on stereotypes and utilize it more like it's a fad than an actual.
No, yeah, it's
sorry, than an actual cause we're fighting for. I have a lot of trans friends. Every single one of them play. None of them have a problem with them.
Yeah, it's just like.
But I know a lot of people online who are that hate it, so I don't know.
Yeah. Virtue signaling, yes, virtue signaling is definitely what I would call it. And it's just like very unfortunate because like again, I consider my like as somebody who used to have gender dysphoria and worked through stuff, I understand a lot more than a lot of other people probably will when it comes to stuff like this. When it comes to actually having to like sympathize with trans people and other people that like are on that spectrum. So like to see somebody that actually has gone through all of it, like it's just kind of sad. So, but anyway, Marina, disingenuous, and through her teeth, multiple different times been proven. This is here. We're gonna continue this here.
It was simply made because she had it out for Taigga, and even after learning that he had been exonerated, she kept making posts claiming that he is some predator. And when finally confronted with all this stuff, we would see a response from Marina, her attempt at an apology.
You know, and I will even if Taigga watches this, like, I am sorry.
And of course, if we're talking about reputational.
There you go, chat. I'm sorry, bro.
I can almost hear her pulling a ukulele from behind her back.
Yeah. I could definitely see that as well. It's just like.
I'm sorry, I wrote a song about it. There's a little something like that. No, that's not the.
Rev is my Yoshi. It's so hesitant. Well, chat, you have to understand that, like, again, when that entire whole thing was going on, she decided to literally, chat. Here's what you have to understand. Marina, last I checked, averaged like 300 people per stream. I have no idea what she averages now. I don't know what her actual averages are, but Marina averaged like 300 people per stream. That podcast where all of us were on, like, you have to understand, I think Mizu was like 10 to 20 people, and Lumi was like also 10 to 20 the entire stream. That was also our very first podcast where when all of this happened, like, none of us were expecting that, and she just decides to come on and try and control the narrative of, again, a bunch of 10 and 20 CCV people. Like, that's what's so insane. So, like, the moment she gets any form of pushback from Mizu, who is, like, one of the most fiery individuals on the internet. A lot of people don't like him because he actually knows how to clap back. She's forced into a corner, and she's like, sorry.
Mizu is very well
he is, yes. Mizu is really well informed, very good. He wasn't part of the skeptic community, but he followed the skeptic community for quite a while. So Mizu knows what he's talking about. I definitely believe that. Mizu's a sassy lad. Agreed. And unfortunately, he doesn't have a Twitter anymore. But his good roommate does.
We need more sassy lads, though.
We do. We do. He will be coming on a little bit later, chat, to talk with us and also play First Descendant, because we are playing First Descendant a little bit later when he gets here. It's the ego reality bubble cannot allow outside opinion. No, yeah, and that's something I've noticed a lot is ever since we started our podcast trying to just like laugh at stuff, I've seen a lot of people get very upset with us. And I think the reason why they're very upset is because excuse me. I think the reason why they're so upset is because we are literally like pushing against the ENVTuber Western feel of that these people have been circle jerking themselves. Sorry for saying this, but it's been a gigantic circle jerk for the past year or two. And now that we're here to kind of just say, hey, this is wrong, they're like, you guys suck. Kind of funny. But no, Marina was like one of the very few people that
MarinaVT, she literally did the Queen Bee thing.
Yes, she did. She did. Oh, you sent me something.
I just sent you the legal mindset take about the core problem with not only the VTubing, but the problem content creators in general.
Okay.
We are human. We have to accept that we can be wrong sometimes. And I think that a lot of people would see a lot less flack if they just admitted when they were in the wrong.
Yeah, let me open that up real quickly, and I will play that chat. Oh, no. Where? Oh, for fuck's sake. I have 3 computer screens. One of them's being used by my second computer. And of course you play on the one screen. One screen that I need to use for my streaming computer. Okay, there we go. Gonna full size that. I said we're gonna full size that. No, you're not gonna full size. Okay. Temp, how do I full size VLC? I mean, it's whatever. It's okay. Here, just gonna do that. And here, I will stream this as well for you. Actually, you might not be able to watch it because your internet's wonky. But so actually, I'm not gonna have that open. You've already seen it already. But
yeah, I've already seen it too. I took the plug.
Okay, here, chat. We're just gonna. Was it F12? Alt F4? No, come on, chat. Don't be like that. Don't be like that. Hold on.
Evan, it's F11 screen.
Yeah, I've used F11 already. Oh gosh, it's kind of struggling.
That's weird.
There we go. That's about as good as it's gonna do.
I think a good copy, right? Like, yeah, no, it's a good copy. Oh.
No, it's a good copy. That it's not that. It's just that my VLC is having. Oh wait, is that it? There we go. I found it at the last second. Have I tried turning it off and back on? Yes. Yes. All right, here. We're gonna turn this up.
Forget about Nux, right? We need to get into a culture where people are okay saying, I fucked up. Because in the content creator world, in the current meta, no one wants to say they fucked up. Hey, guess what? I've fucked up multiple times. I said shit that's inaccurate. I've allowed people to behave on my streams in ways in which I should have not allowed them to. I should have said, you know what? You shouldn't act like that. You shouldn't say that. You shouldn't do that. I've done that. I fucked up. I made mistakes. Sure. Right? But that said, people feel like they need to be flawless. They need to say they've never made any mistakes. They've never said anything wrong, right? Oh my God, for example, like, oh my God, I've forgotten about a law out there that I overlooked. I didn't issue spot 100% of the particular
And by the way,
laws.
he's very correct, chat. You know, it's just saying, don't be afraid to say I effed up. By the way, we've said that on the podcast multiple times. We've messed up. People are going to hold this against us forever. Oh well, I don't care. But like, he's very accurate. Like, and this is something where he's talking about Nux, huh?
I respect you for it, then all the.
No, yeah, like, and by the way, chat, we are going to talk about Nux here a little bit soon because the Nux shit is very bad in my personal opinion, and I want to talk like. We may get to talk about some of the Shadman stuff. By the way, the Shadman stuff I wanted to bring
insane.
Eva on for a while, and might get to talk about it a little bit. It's a murky water of itself. Anyway, let's just finish this clip.
That might apply to a given factual situation. Oh my God, right? you should be able to say, look, we're not perfect. We do the best we can. We try to be as entertaining and educational as we can, particularly in the legal sphere, but we make mistakes.
Amen. Amen. Legal mindset. Based Andrew. Chat, if you haven't yet, you need to follow Legal Mindset.
Dude, he had so many. Every time it's time to leave the stream, he kept dropping more and more wisdom. It was crazy.
It's funny. Nux is digging generally in the downward direction, yes. So, like, the other individual that's, like, been really big in this is Nux Taku. Who, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know a whole lot about because I don't really... Excuse me. I don't really watch a whole lot of VTubers, period. I have, like, 2 or 3 of them that I watch. And I will occasionally watch other ones. But Nux is one of those other ones that like,
I followed him before he was a VTuber, when he was just a PNG tuber.
Oh, really? That's cool. Was he more chill back then?
Way back, like I was a kid when I was watching his videos.
Was he way more chill back then, or...?
He was more trolly, and he had a lot more... Yeah, he kind of, like, had more of a lackadaisical attitude and approach, like I don't care. Like, now it's an I don't care, but he obviously cares. Like, back then, it felt like he actually didn't care.
Yeah, Nux got me into VTubers. Yeah, so for a lot of people, like, Nux
and
is like...
he had slime. Every other thumbnail he had a lolly.
Yes! Oh my gosh, I forgot that so...
in it, like, back then, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, everywhere.
So, Chad, let me give you some context about Nux. Here, let me pull up a picture of him. So that we can, I just want a good picture of him up there on screen. You know what? That's not a bad picture. Let's use that picture there. That'll work. That'll work. Nux Taku, the guy on screen right here. By the way, I've heard that this picture of him was actually ripped off of another person's picture that they drew that was supposed to not be him, which is kind of crazy. But like Nux Taku used to, I don't know if being a lolicon is the right words. I don't want to like associate somebody with that people will be upset that I associate him to, because they definitely don't accept him these days. But at the very least, he used lolicon imagery in his videos for the longest of time. And then like he started to like be anti-lolicon, and I'm going to be honest with you, it's probably back when he got into the crowd with Mutahart and the other commentary YouTubers. And really quickly, all of the commentary YouTubers are very...
So what happened was actually the video drama.
Was it VShojo that all of it kind of like fell apart?
The change.
Really? Okay. I do remember that. So,
It was almost immediately after that.
Okay. So, chat. For those that don't know, Nux Taku used... I don't know if friendly was like the biggest thing, but like he was kind of like a VTuber reporter, kind of like Rev, kind of like some of the other people. And he used to report on things. And there was some drama with VShojo where he was reporting on an issue, and all of the well, not all of them, but I would say a good portion of the people in VShojo kind of threw him under the bus for what he had his reporting.
So what had happened is he actually ended up in a same he was like the guy who was doing the doxing and stuff tried to dox and scam Nux Taku. They were trying to be VShojo. They were trying to pose, excuse me, like staff.
Yeah.
As VShojo's. And like I guess he did some like working with like the security team and VShojo, and actually they ended up arresting. I remember it led to an arrest. So that did happen. I know that for a fact. It did happen. Yes. He made it into a video, and there was apparently some misunderstanding, and a lot of like a lot of unsaid feelings came out all at once, and it kind of blew up into a shitstorm.
And it essentially led to him being like thrown under the bus because of that.
Yeah, I mean, and part of it was like, okay, this was something that it was a miscommunication, I think, with the security. If he shoujo, they kind of like gave him the go-ahead or the nod. But some of the creators were still understandably paranoid about the situation because it had to do with doxing and revealing real-life information. And they felt it put some people and put people in danger. And then it kind of like, it came to a head where basically it turned more into criticism that Nux has a tendency when he gets VTubers on. He's pranking them, he's trolling them, he's doing some kind, he's making content out of them at their expense rather than an actual collab. Which is as much as people are trying to grift onto that sad man stuff, like knowing his old content, that's if he's asking for a collab, it's not going to be a fun time for the other person.
Right. But like, because of all of this stuff that has gone down, that is why you think that he is now in the space he is now.
Well, he basically was forced out of the space, and then he found a home in Mutahar, Oompaville, and in order to do that, he basically kind of did a small lore rewrite, basically.
Yeah. I do remember that, because like, again, it was, and I do remember when Rev put out his video on it, but like, basically after all that happened, Nux kind of, I wouldn't really say he abandoned the VTuber sphere, but he did basically abandon the VTuber sphere, probably because he felt betrayed by it, and he's like, you know, well, okay, whatever, you know. And I think back at that time, I felt bad for him, and a couple other people would feel justifiably bad for the guy, because like, you know, when you're just trying to, you know, shed a light on things and then people get mad at you for it, it's just like, yeah, I understand why he would probably be upset. But like, he took it to the extreme of like now being absolutely denouncing of tropes in anime that not only are just fine, but like he's going to step on people that he doesn't want to.
He also participated in willingly.
Well, yes, he did. He 100% participated in it willingly. He used it on his channel. And there is a video. I know I can't remember if it was you that sent it to me or somebody else, but like somebody sent me a video that like he's getting reamed by his chat by here, I'm gonna pause that. Okay, shut up, Chud Logic. I don't got the moral fiend to hell and back.
That's what's messing him up right now, because he's supposedly on like quote unquote vacation and he's streaming on Kick, but like he's averaging on Kick, and most of this is an L take. Like you're not in the right here, and it's getting him more and more angry, and so he's digging in more and more. Like he made a claim where he tried to say that the private investigator who exonerated Taigga hired him, and it's like, no, that's not even remotely the narrative or ever was. And it's like, dude, you have to know what you're doing there. There's no way you don't.
No, yeah. So like, we'll back up here just a little bit, chat. But like basically what Nux did is he basically like turned his back on the community that like he was very deeply involved in. And I'm gonna be very honest with you, chat. The VTuber community, which I don't call a community, it's an industry, it's a collective of different individuals. It's like the anime community. It's not really a community, it's just full of people that like anime. But like he turned his back on VTubers basically, and the first thing that he really did, or one of the few things that he did, is he talked about VTubers with people like Charlie, and he alleged that Taigga he basically repeated all of the alleged bad things that Marina would also repeat and all that kind of shit, and it did a number on Taigga. Now I don't know if all of these things are why I don't believe that the stalker like decided to go hard on this because of what Nux had done, but Nux has definitely not helped Taigga's case. And I think the fact that Nux is continuously deciding to dig himself a hole is bad.
Stuff, but...
Oh, go ahead.
It comes to like, it doesn't, yeah, exactly. And here's the thing, when it really matter to the courts, for example, who like makes the initial allegation. It's who causes the most damage, who is most liable for the reputational damage. And I would wage to argue that 300,000 people seeing and viewing and perhaps all of them deciding to take on this crusade of taking Taigga down is a lot more damaging than a few of his mods coming out having been disparaged because they were banned, like making some wild allegations without really any substantive and evidence to prove it. Because a lot of people, when they post evidence, and it's not evidence, it's chat logs that might link slightly to it. It's fairly even, like it's not even coincidental. It's hearsay. It's like, okay, where's the context to this? How can you really prove this to this? It's like Chris Tyson's communications are far more better as a solid standard for evidence than a vast majority of these Google Docs that you see dropped.
Because they're actually like a lot of big things going on there, and people can substantiate them a lot more better. Because
Nux had a wider reach, he did more damage for what he did not. He wasn't the original alligator, right? He didn't actually make the original allegations, but his reach was far greater, and he did far more those allegations.
No, I agree. What's funny is, and Rev goes through it in his video, how Nux is like, oh guys, but I did make an apology, and I did say that that it was wrong in a video that had more views than the first one, and it's just like, no, it's only like 1,000 or 2,000 more views than your original video. But like, so no,
it actually has that the little pinned comment, because it has some specific stuff. Basically, he doesn't say it's reliant on Charlie to make the video. He says he's waiting for the result of the investigation.
Hola.
Hello. Welcome.
So all this other stuff about, oh, Charlie wasn't someone that like that's cope. It just is massive cope.
Still on the Nux thing?
We're talking about Nux, yes, and we're just talking about Nux while talking about Taigga as well.
We're just finishing up, really. Like, it's towards the end of it, rather.
Well, tragic.
Unless Nux does something like right now, we're pretty much caught up.
Yeah, I mean, like, the thing with...
Oh, no, shit, he's on kick. Okay, no, he is, no, I'm kidding.
Put Mizu on the other leg? He kind of is. No, but Mizu, we've kind of just gone through everything. I briefly went over the Marina stuff when she appeared on our podcast.
Speaking of, I need to download that video.
Is it on your YouTube? Because I noticed your YouTube is like, you've cleaned up your YouTube a little bit.
Oh, the old yeah, that can... It's only unlisted. People can still see it if they have the link.
Well, would you upload it to the podcast channel so that it's there?
Free unsolicited advice. Clean up your content once a year.
Agreed.
Yeah, I mean, I don't believe in deleting anything. I just unlist it.
Yeah,
so
no,
it's
I
still
agree.
in here.
Yeah, I have a lot of shit that I have unlisted that's just not public.
No, unlisting it is fine. That's exactly what you should do, so it's still there.
Here.
It's just, we have a culture where people love to reach back 6, 7, 8 years. Almost a decade ago. I'm gonna cancel you for this. Are you kidding me?
There you go. I will see what I can do about getting it.
Okay. Oh, perfect. Oh, you didn't even have an intro. Oh man, this is so old. Holy cow.
No, it was cropped down to not have the opening.
Oh, okay. Here you go, chat.
It was the first episode.
It was so long ago. Man. Well, there you go, Chad. If you really want to listen to the podcast, where I think Marina comes in like half an hour to an hour into it, and we were all just like very bewildered. But anyway, just like going back to Nux for a little bit here, and we're kind of winding down with things. When it comes to Taiga, we'll definitely have a lot more to say on Thursday. I feel like I still need to do a lot more research myself, but like when it comes to Nux, I think right now he has to come out and give a more full-throated apology. People are not going to be happy with it, and I would definitely understand and like sympathize with Taigga if Taigga doesn't feel like it's satisfactory. But Nux has to come out and actually like literally prostrate himself onto the earth, because it's not helping him. Like, not only is he like has he ruined his like chances
Here's
with
one more.
Oh, one more what? Oh, another clip.
One more Andrew mindset, legal mindset take.
All right, I'll pull that up here.
I believe that's when he mentions, like, all he needs to do is make one video. One, like, 2-minute video.
It's like 40 seconds. Perfect. I have to turn off the First Descendant in order to play this because of how VLC works.
I keep them nice and digestible.
All right. Here we go, chat.
Address it, it's going to become a worse problem. Romulo Henrique Lemes Ferraria says for 20 R Real, is that Real? Says the apology is not enough because it doesn't undo the harm caused by defamation. In this instance, won't reach the same audience as the original video. One video making a statement should be the bare minimum. Okay, so I think we can agree there. At least like maybe one making a video would in the minds of at least most be a minimum.
I hope that's
probably
the right
not perfect.
Yes,
but
it is.
Once again, what's perfect? I'm very sympathetic to the argument of people who apologize. I think people should be encouraged to apologize. So one of my things in general, forget about Nux, right?
Nope. There we go. But yeah, chat. I do agree with Andrew there.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, here. Sorry.
No, that was the right clip where he's saying you need to make an apology, basically. But I do agree with legal mindset when he says there has to be something said, something that's like more satisfactory than just, oh, sorry guys, I just, whatever, I retracted it.
So I will say this, and again, we have legal mindsets, legal opinion, and then we have the other legal person in the call, someone who is not a lawyer but who has always been interested in like legal cases. There is a level of precedent with YouTube defamation where certain judges have said that if you are asked to issue a correction, the correction must be done in the exact same form and venue that the original defamation was. So you can't like defame somebody on YouTube and then make a Twitter or Kick apology. You have to make another YouTube video specifically apologizing there.
Mm-hmm. There we go.
That's probably not all judges. I highly doubt that every judge would agree with that.
To support that.
But I know a lot of judges do believe that you need to same venue.
It depends judge to judge.
There we go. No, yeah. What would be funny if they're just like, you have to get on.
One judge might label as defamation, another might not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What would be funny is if they're like, you have to go on Charlie's channel and make a rebuttal there, and, and they're like,
I don't think they would go that far.
No, but it would be funny.
You wouldn't be able to compel a second person into it.
That's not possible.
And Chad, you bring up a good point that like right now Nux is like probably not gonna.
I love the impossibility of it, dear.
It is true. It is very true. I will say though, chat, like I'm not quite sure what you should expect from Nux, because right now, like again, Nux has decided to discard the VTuber world, and at the same time, he's pissing off a bunch of moral fiends that will eat him alive.
Yeah, but this is bled into the real world.
It has. But like what I'm saying is like he has decided to discard the VTuber world for an area of the world that will also eat him fucking alive and will spit him back out. Like that's why, like when it comes to VTuber commentary,
If not worse than the VTubing one.
no, yeah, exactly. Because like the commentary community, which is Nicholas Diorio, Turkey Tom, all of those people, they will like bury him, and like he will be persona non grata with all of those people. So while I think that definitely he's like dealing with some shit,
Mudafar.
no, yeah,
I mean, Mudahar went again on Chud Logic and basically went, "Oh yeah, no, we gotta look into this." But that's his co-host.
yeah,
Like Jesus.
yeah. I want to bring up that video so that you can listen to that chat. Because it's very insane. We'll listen to it while we're doing this.
It really is. I don't know what's going on with Mudahar. I feel like he's falling down a content creator rabbit hole.
He is. He definitely is. Nope, give me the thing. There we go. I'm just gonna pull this up here. He used the VTuber world as a stepping stone, and now chameleons his way into the commentary world. He's being a snake. No, yeah, I agree. I agree. And again, here's the thing that's really funny. The skeletons that the commentary community are gonna bury him with are skeletons that nobody in the VTuber world would care about. Because in the VTuber world, nobody cares that you're a lolicon. I mean, the shitty EN VTubers, some of them will. But, like, nobody cares.
Not really, no. You got some bad Yeah, you got some bad fucking actors, but that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like, nobody cares if you're a lolicon in the wider sphere of just the VTuber community. Because, like, nobody cares. So, but because he has forsaken himself to it, if he gets kicked out by the commentary sphere, I don't think people are gonna accept him anymore.
Would you like to pass me, leader?
Yeah,
I can take you where we need to go.
Reveal, and then he becomes a full flesh tuber.
That would be interesting. Has he shown his face before? I have no idea.
Who, Nux or?
Yes, Nux.
I check a call.
I don't think so.
Mm.
Somebody in chat said yes.
Yes? Okay.
I wouldn't know. But then again, when we did the
Know that he had.
the one black YouTuber, Kenji, where everybody thought he got doxxed and it came out that he just used to be an IRL streamer.
Mm-hmm.
It could be the same thing with that. Nux could have just had that as like a thing he did.
Yeah, fair enough.
Now, it could be, but the definition of doxing, as the court says, a great publication of uniquely identifying information to a new audience, an audience that otherwise wouldn't normally come across that information. So it can be publicly available information, but it's the intent of which that information is being used and published. That's the standard.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, from everything I've seen, courts, especially in America, typically do not count any information as doxing. In fact, the American federal statute specifies that it has to be
California does.
what is considered private
that's the only
information.
state that does.
Well, there's a federal statute for it, but theirs defines doxing as specifically just information that would be considered completely private, and they have basically limited this to just mean like your social security number. Sometimes they've interpreted it to mean like credit cards.
It really just depends. Who's the middle person? That is Eva.
Credit cards, medical information, first, last name. There's a number of. And by the way, like if you keep talking law, I'm not gonna be able to control myself. So just calm down. Like, I can only get so excited. Not kidding. I'm kidding.
I always like talking law though, because a lot of people just aren't ever interested in it.
Or don't know it. So you're probably one of the.
It's my favorite. I have autism and it's my tism, so it's like perfect.
Mizu, you're surrounded by autistic people on all corners.
Yeah.
Does Ava do YouTube or Twitch? You can put your link in the YouTube chat.
One of us.
Lawtism.
I do have. Yeah, let me see here. I haven't created like any videos yet, but I do have the channel and stuff set up and ready. I stream on a much smaller platform, and I'm waiting until I hit a certain milestone on that platform before I branch out onto the bigger ones. Kind of create a core community before I branch out into the bigger one.
Ooh.
But yeah, I got interested into like legal stuff forever ago. When it came down to like YouTube drama channels, because a lot of them would bring up like, oh, this person broke this law, oh, this person broke that law, and then you'd read the law and it'd be like, okay, if you only read the law, yes, they broke it, but if you go down to like the definitions section, this doesn't even apply because this defines something entirely differently.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized a lot of people didn't realize that law isn't necessarily...
One is the Mr. Beast stuff that a lot of people think that he's breaking all these laws, but it's FCC regulations that are strictly to broadcasted television. It doesn't count YouTube or online created content.
Yeah. You would have to convince a judge that YouTube is broadcast television, and then you'd have to redefine all of broadcast television, and then that would cause so many knock-on effects.
I would say that that's just not something that has been tested in the waters yet. It probably,
Damn it.
It's probably one of those things that will be.
Like, with Chevron having been overruled, it'd have to go through Congress. It'd be a nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I see a lot of people arguing that, and it's just like, I just don't feel like we're at the point where that is going to be a big... I think that eventually it will be because of all of the things that are going on, like Mr. Beast. But, like, because we are in such a legal gray area, you can't really say how it's going to work unless there's a victim that decides to sue.
I don't think they will redefine broadcast television. I think they will make YouTube laws.
Going to permanently change YouTube.
Oh gosh.
It's going to create legislation. They're going... At this point, the court's hands are forced. They have to actually figure this space out, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think the best explanation I've ever heard is that a bunch of judges are still really old boomers, and they have genuinely no idea what's going on.
It's pretty accurate. Mr. Beast broadcasts the same or greater numbers?
Judges are just doing blatantly dumb stuff, so they need to, like, get used to being a judge, I guess. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. The internet is a series of tubes? Yes. Whoa, season level up.
But airs.
If this person gets caught immediately again and doesn't leave, I'm gonna make it into a private instance. And they're just on their own.
Sounds good, sounds good. Occo, can you invite me? Sure. After this mission, well, yeah.
And they immediately did. Fuck them.
Okay. I think that, like, that's really, like...
I'd say my biggest takeaway from this is if you are a viewer... If you're a viewer, another content creator, you can do just about anything. Avoid at all costs going after someone's income or platform. Because the courts look at one thing when it comes to litigation, and that's damages. And if you hand a plaintiff or someone who might sue you proof of damages on a silver platter, you're only hurting yourself.
I agree.
Also, I just morally don't like going after people's income. Unless it is somehow related to the job itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they've been committing lottery fraud in the ticket lottery system for a decade, and they're at cash, like they have direct access to that. Or I don't know, you're a member of Congress and you're doing insider trading, and you make the policy that regulates that, so now you can make millions of dollars where no one else can. I mean, what? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Well, we're okay. Thank you for having me on. But
You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good.
So you gotta go?
No, I'm just I was just making a little bit there. They
Oh, fair.
actually did pass in the Congress on the House of Representatives a complete ban on congressmen or
Damn it,
members of the
Occo.
Senate
I just got here.
engaging in trade stock, like stock trading of any kind.
Wait, they just banned that?
No, it's been proposed. It passed the House of Representatives. Now it has to go to the Senate, but it is on the floor now.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. I'm gonna tell you one thing. They love to do their insider stock trading, so it don't matter.
Oh yeah, you know, it's funny. I didn't expect it to get past the House, so I'll give it that much.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Senate won't allow that? No, again, like, they love their stock trading, chat. They love their insider stock trading. You know how much money they make
They all
from
do
that?
it.
Yeah, exactly.
By the way, I saw a tweet from earlier that you had about the White House promising for like a one-click unsubscribe thing.
Yeah.
As well as a being able to get a hold of companies over the phone, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what's crazy is there's technically regulation on that. Adobe's currently being sued over that.
Uh-huh.
And it's kind of wild how widely it's being ignored.
Occo, move.
Oh, sorry.
Like, hey, it's like it's supposed to be easy to find and unsubscribe from a service, and as difficult as they make it, there's a lot of companies that are online that are in blatant violation of that regulation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering why they're doing it now when the biggest offender is Planet Fitness. And they've been complained about for years at this point for how bad they make, like, unsigning up.
I don't know.
You can't, like, if my ears were capable of flapping on this PNG, they would be now. You just totally like, not a lot of people know about the Planet Fitness thing. Like, that's amazing.
It's ridiculous, like, how they treat people with it. I think the worst is when you move out of state, they get, like, because they know that it's really difficult for you to actually show up, so they get way more aggressive.
I'm like I don't have any system like
Yeah, they
that.
require you to show up in person. No, a phone call should be more than enough.
Yeah, I don't like that. Like, I'm at the point where I'm like, well, I will contact my bank and tell them that you're fraudulently charging me after I said I would not pay you. I don't know how far that would go, but, like, I'd just be like, I'm not paying
And
you.
that's what people are doing, and I think that's probably why it's gone so... No, it would work. It would work. And I think that's actually why so many people... Like, there hasn't been enforcement because there's such an easy workaround.
Uh-huh.
Although, I will say with Wix.com, they actually somehow managed to circumvent my fucking debit card, and they took it directly out of my bank, and I never gave them that information. And I'm still wondering how the hell they did that.
That is insane.
I'm trying to think of what it was, but there is...
Dude, I'm still like, I remember when it happened.
Oh, it was, I think it was Epic Games got in trouble for this a while back, where when you would disconnect your card, if somebody tried to buy something on your account, they would just automatically reconnect it because they never got rid of the information.
Trouble for it?
I think they did. Because they promised you they'd delete your card information, and somebody found out they were still just saving it.
What?
Yeah, because somebody would try and rebuy something on their Epic account, and it would automatically fill in their card information. And be like, oh yeah, you have a card on file for us. It's like, no, I told you to delete it.
Yeah, that's right, that's right. And you know, it's wild that we live in a world where there's now a service like Delete Me and these other ones where it's like, oh, we'll hunt down and we'll put in illegal requests that these companies should be doing by default. Like, it's wild that an industry has been built around just hunting down companies that have your data and getting them to fucking dispose of it.
Yeah. It's crazy that it has to get to that point, I guess.
That's dystopian as fuck. It's dystopian as all hell. Like, that's where we start getting convoluted. Like, with our capitalism. Like, it's like, oh shit. Now we're gonna have a service to make sure that service is in check of this service.
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh.
You know, somebody complained about this with me the other day, but I had to. It was one of the only times I've ever said anything really like political on Twitter, I think. But I'm actually really glad that Chevron deference is gone, because it was a shit idea.
Oh yeah, I've had a lot of people tell me that they're upset.
I am too, but it's for a much more nuanced take than most people have.
The Chevron deference was the what was that one again? Explain
It's
it to
going
me.
to force Congress to do their goddamn job instead of holding all these stupid, useless congressional hearings and committees and all. No, pass law, pass regulation. That's what
Basically,
your job is. Stop making these agencies do it for you.
Basically, Chevron deference said that if we make an agency to do something, like say the DEA, that agency basically has carte blanche to make fake laws regarding the thing we have set them up to cover. And they can force everybody into obeying those laws, even though they haven't been like elected.
Not laws. And they can.
They call them regulations.
The IRS, the DEA, the DMV, the ATF, the FCC, the FTC, all the alphabet letters.
The problem especially is the ATF. I mean, I know it applies to a lot of the others, but with the ATF, they got to make regulations and then arrest you. And they can say that they can't make laws all they want, they make regulations. But it's like, no, you gave the ATF carte blanche to like...
2,000 armed agents.
Oh, the IRS has an apocalypse plan of how to collect taxes during the apocalypse.
Think about that. Yeah. Yeah, it's freaking asinine. Like, why does our tax collectors have an army?
That's insane.
Yeah, and part of that was because of the Chevron deference, because they could say stuff like, oh, this should be illegal, and it is technically related to what our organization deals with, so we're going to make a regulation that doesn't say it's illegal.
Could actually interpret the law, the regulation on, and judges and the judiciary actually difference to the expert opinion.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I guess I'm down for that being gone.
Like, it made the whole judiciary system superfluous when it came to it's like, no, the judges and these agencies, sure, they can enforce it, but you don't get to sidestep the courts that way.
Exactly.
No, yeah, I agree. I had a friend tell me that they're upset that it's gone because this means that we're going to get bogged down into a ton of regulations. It's like, that's kind of a good thing in my personal opinion, because if we can't pass anything because nobody's willing to agree, then maybe we'll actually like vote in people that actually will pass shit that people can agree with.
Yeah.
Because like I'm tired of having like a court system the way that we have it right now.
Honestly, Chevron created such a lazy, daisical approach with Congress. Like they very rarely pass laws. They'll pass laws, sure, but the number of them, the number of reviews that they do is so much lower than what it was before Chevron.
This is your stream talking about the IRS has too much power. All three-letter agencies have too much power.
Getting out of doing their job that they're paid for.
Your stream.
All three-letter agencies, chat, have too much power. If it's from the government and it has 3 letters in it, it's probably bad and we probably shouldn't have it.
I agree. I agree. All 3-letter agencies need to be dismantled.
I wouldn't say that we shouldn't have it. It's that they should be held well within the boxes, like the limits of their creation. Like they have parameters of which they were created. They need to operate within those. Period.
Yes.
Not a toe outside of that.
I am in 110% agreement.
I think Chevron deference was a really good example of people who don't really understand law that tried to get mixed up in it. Because like, oh no, it's just for, you know, trying to prevent us from throwing garbage in the rivers. And it's like, no, that's not the only thing it did.
It's way bigger than it's way bigger than that. And you know what's amazing? It was boats that did it. Boats reversed a fisherman boat / company is what reversed Chevron. And I, as a sailboat owner and liveaboard, I fucking love that.
Yeah, so taking away the issues with ATF and everything else, Occo, one of the biggest issues I think a lot of people didn't really understand with Chevron deference was a 3-letter agency could come into your store and say, you know, your store's pretty nice, it seems pretty safe, and it seems pretty healthy, but we have decided that in order for you to do this kind of business, you need to have like a $20,000 a year upcharge for this very specific safety feature that you physically cannot afford without closing your store. And if you don't buy that, you have to shut down because we regulate what your store does.
And what happened with this specific case too is the EPA was trying to require commercial fishermen to actually, on their dime, hire and invent an environmental expert that went with them on the crew to conduct like oversight, basically. Like, it was such an egregious overreach of like regulatory power that, yeah, Supreme Court needed to step in on that.
Yeah, and it's been that way for a lot of different things, where they'll tell a company that in order to do a business in this area, you have to pay for this extremely specific, extremely expensive thing. And then regular people can't afford that, only the massive companies can.
Yeah.
And the massive companies don't pay for it because they get some tax break.
You made an environmental survey for a pipeline.
Yeah. It's like, no, you 3 guys on your fishing boat need environmental survey.
As much as the pipeline. Well,
yeah. That's insane.
That's also why these projects get so expensive. Like, if you look at the increase in price for doing certain projects and the increase in the cost of materials, none of it matches up. Everything has gotten substantially cheaper comparatively to make, but the price of actually creating has gone so high.
That eye problems and inflation and all this, and yet all these companies are reporting profits of 50 and 60%. It's that no, you are like, you're lying to the people. Reason why you're trying to make up for your losses in COVID. That's what's going on.
Zen, thank you for the 5. Short answer, Chevron deference means that courts must defer to regulatory agencies' judgment on regulations and laws. It made it hard to sue. Well, guess what? Now you can sue. And that's still expensive.
Yeah, because the big problem was because it wasn't the government making the law, they always kept trying to pull the thing of... Well, yeah, because they'd be like, well, we didn't make a law, so technically we're not violating any laws.
That's so dumb. I like this elf lawyer. Me too. She's cool.
We just gotta get you better internet.
Yes.
I'd be cooler if my internet wasn't Mexican and really bad.
Well, just go hit up the cartel and ask him for a favor.
Go to Elon Musk. He'll give you a Starlink. Just like drag the cable through the water.
Cartel leaders just recently extradition treaties were broken to capture the Sinaloa cartel leader, and I don't think anyone should go near the cartels right now.
Yes. Side note, because you brought up extradition, obviously not what do you think of it legally, but what do you think of it in a funny way? with Britain threatening to extradite people from other countries for being mean to them on Twitter.
Oh, I actually have something prep card for this. Hold on.
I sent something to Occo and Lumi today about it, where somebody
Okay,
just
hold on,
sent
let's
the
1776 Redux? Yes.
yeah.
I was born on the Dublin street where the Lyle drums the beat and those loving English speed.
Oh no.
Basically, no. Come at you black and dance. I have Irish heritage. I have twice the reason to come at you guys. And my family was literally in the IRA from 1912 to 1922, which is the revolutionary IRA, not the terrorist IRA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think my favorite reply to the EU woman.
I do have to make that distinction, sadly.
No,
Yeah.
that's fair.
The EU woman brought that up again today because I think they realized they can't extradite people, which I'm surprised they had to be told that. But they put a message on Twitter and they're like, Elon, you need to start like removing stuff that's mean to the EU from Twitter. And the first reply back to them that completely ratioed them was just a picture of the Declaration of Independence.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love that because there was this huge document and someone just posted that a Declaration of Independence and it said, "I like our letter better."
Yeah. And they ratioed them completely.
It was so
Absolutely ruined it.
good.
I agree. I'm pretty sure I still have the preamble memorized.
Got my license right there. Oh.
Then the George Alexopoulos guy who draws like the political comics that are like kind of watercolor but look really ugly.
I know which one you're talking
Did
about.
the two British bobbies showing up to the guy's house. It's like, oh, he got a license for those tweets. And it's just George Washington with a deagle in his belt.
Oh, bro, you got a license for that?
It's so good. It's just like, and then the next panel is just them being carried off in a ambulance, and it's just like, yeah, you come onto my property and try to arrest me for tweets I made.
You know,
you're not gonna survive.
Revolutionary War, so like an 80-year-old man literally get off my lawn, like the entirety of the British Army during the 1700s was heading down this one area. This old ass guy who's been like in war his whole life comes out, fires his main gun, takes out 2 pistols, kills 2 more, pulls out a sword, skewers another, kills 4 British soldiers, and he's like 84 years old. Gets shot in the head and clubbered by like 13 times, and manages to survive another 19 years after that event.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, but America's just built different compared to Britain.
Yes. LM went over, had the chances for them to get anyone not in the UK, and it is 0. Yes, it is 0. Like, legitimately, I would like, unironically,
It's
I
0.
don't want to
Whoa.
see it, but I would like to see somebody
Yeah.
actually try to do it. And guess what? You're not going to do it. You're just not going
Oh,
to do
I'm ready
it.
to fight. I'm ready to fight them. I will literally scream Irish rebel songs and make carb. I don't give a crap.
I just want to see
Well,
like
We're tea partying it up.
I just want to see a really hardcore American judge having that extradition order in front of him on a fucking Zoom call and being like, okay, what the fuck is this? Why do you think you can take one of my citizens?
Yeah. No, yeah, I agree.
You know, one of the British answer it. It's just Thomas Jefferson. Pissed off America so one of the founding fathers came. You're screwed. Run. Just start running. I don't know where you could run, but you need to.
Vinny for 5. What do you think about the Catholics and Protestants having a truth and teaming up? Same with Irish Republics and British Unionists. That's a good question. What do you think about that, Eva?
I don't like Catholics.
So, I'm a Celtic druid, and the pagans were literally slaughtered in Ireland. So, I don't have a foot in that game.
Fair enough. I didn't know you were a druid. That's really cool. My mom used to be a pagan witch before she converted to Mormonism. And now she's...
My mom pretended she was a pagan witch, and she knew absolutely nothing.
Oh no! So, see, my mom actually thought she could fly on a broom. Like, she said that Bedknobs and Broomsticks was her favorite movie, and she thought she could fly on a broom. And she told me that I just didn't see it because I didn't believe enough. I still don't know if she can actually do it.
See,
Occo.
I do believe that words and stuff, and there's no lasers, there's no transformation, there's no but
No, we're losing her.
We're oh, no. We're just getting to the good part. I pretend to be religious. There's only ice.
Okay, there we go. I'm back. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Welcome back.
It's actually just as much a profession as it is a religion. Basically, before the Catholics had the whole house cleansing going on, if things went bump in the night, you called druid.
Yeah.
So, back around to the legal thing, because I just want to ask this. Occo, how much do you know about the British legal system?
I know
like the
that
actual
it is,
courts.
I know that it's very fucking messed up. That's about all I know.
So, elf person, how do you feel about the fact that
There's no jury trials.
British magistrates do not have to have legal experience?
Yes, it's actually very interesting because for a time in America, it was like that too. And like, I did not go to law school, even though I passed the California bar. California is one of 4 states that you can actually obtain your license to practice law in a way via, it's called reading of the law. And it basically is kind of like studying under an apprenticeship and logging a certain number of hours every week for a certain amount of time before going for it. It's a cheaper way, but usually means a longer time investment.
I see chat's confused. Yeah,
no experience in the law whatsoever, no standard, is absolutely insane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, chat. So in Britain, the magistrate, which is basically the judge, is considered a separate job. It is not considered a part of the legal system.
It's
like
have any experience.
Yeah, it's considered like its own job off to the side.
That is weird.
In
Also,
America, it's very common for judges to actually be ex-lawyers.
Oh, an outsider can be a magistrator because they're unbiased. They're an outsider, you know? Which, like, that's the most, like, surface level take I've ever heard, but...
Hey, Mizu,
hey,
I'm gonna be right
let's build our
back.
fucking judicial system off of it. That's fine.
I'll be back in a couple minutes, chat. You can listen to them talk about this, because...
Yeah, chat. So to clarify, it's not like we were talking about a second ago with like you can go and pass the California bar. There is no like bar for British magistrates. They don't need legal experience or education.
There's no test to take. Yeah, they just...
This is why you see like absolutely brain dead decisions coming out of British courtrooms.
But this is why Johnny Depp lost his case in the UK, but won it in America.
Yeah. Did you ever see the specific wording of the UK decision? Because it was the dumbest thing I ever heard. Where they basically said somebody told the Sun it was true, so it might as well be.
Yeah, and the fact that they relied so much on Amber Heard's constant write-ins. She wrote into the court like 7 or 8 times. And the fact that it wasn't a jury trial, which they don't have jury trials over there, but like to have one judge who probably thought Amber Heard was pretty, be the totality of the fact finder, Like, that's just, Jesus Christ, what an egregious misuse of the justice system.
Oh, 100%. I actually learned the magistrate thing on complete accident one day. Because I had it was like a Reddit story where a guy talked about how he became a magistrate, and he's like, oh yeah, it was so easy, I just did X, Y, and Z. And I was like, I'm pretty sure this is a lie making fun of British people, because there's no way you're just allowed to be a magistrate. So I started Googling, and I was like, what the fuck, you can just be a magistrate?
That's literally how I found out. That's literally how I found out. Because I was like, there's no way this is real. There's no way this is real.
Because this sounds dumb. It's like, the guy presiding over the trial doesn't need to know the law. What do you mean he doesn't need to know?
Like, he should, like, yeah, there's, like, rules of evidence, any kind of, like, decorum in court, just throw it out. He doesn't know what the hell is going on.
It's so wild. And then it makes so much sense why the British court system is the way it is.
It low-key reminds me of that episode from Avatar: The Last Airbender. That's why we call it justice, because it's just us. It's like, no, my God.
You're welcome, chat, for this cursed legal information.
I return. Which is for Zoomers, yes.
I could tell you some extremely cursed legal information. I mean, I passed the bar in California. The reason why that California bar is the hardest to pass bar exam in the United States isn't because is especially hard, like, because it's a standard. No, it's because the laws are so stupid convoluted in California.
Yeah.
Questions are literally trick questions. Like, they're trying to trick you. It's like, no fighting with my test. I can't. Why am I saying?
Shows America's based? Yes. Have you been getting any drops,
America
Mizu?
is based.
Yeah.
And that's the nice thing about state problems is if it's bad enough, you can appeal it all the way up. And then a federal court looks at it and goes, oh yeah, you can't do that. Stop that.
I think the only thing I've never looked into is I was kind of under the impression that if you made a plea in a case, that you were kind of just SOL and there wasn't really an appeals process.
It depends. For instance, plea deals are like, there can be, if there's impropriety found in a plea deal, usually the judge will catch it, and the judge will actually throw out, like, no, you're not, no, this is not on the table. You know, it's something that the prosecutor might be the architect of, but it doesn't necessarily mean that the judge will go for it. And you won't know if the judge goes for it or not until it's presented to the judge in court.
Yeah. You can check your consumables, by the way, Occo, to see if you're getting any. We're looking for 99.
I got a few. I didn't get it 99, I got 98
There
only.
was a case recently where a man who had been found innocent since 2008 was being blocked by the AG in that district from being released. Like they were not letting him out, even though the counsel that was actually advocating for his release was the prosecutor. The one who prosecuted the case was telling them, no, this man is innocent. We made a mistake. And the general attorney was like, no, we're blocked. No. And it was, it was bad. It was, yeah, it was entirely political. Like, they spun it about, oh, keeping prisoners, and no, the guy was literally, he had actually proven what's known as true innocence.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
true innocence.
Who is Batman, and
so
how did they get
hard
into
to
my
prove.
private lobby?
I don't know.
It goes beyond, like, you don't need an appeal.
If you want, we can like leave this part and
to
remake
prove,
it.
If you prove true innocence, it's literally, it bypasses
I'm gonna do
the appeal
that.
process. It bypasses inappropriosity. It goes to, we found evidence that contradicts the foundation on which the prosecution built the case, and proves the innocence of the accused.
So you got no 99s?
I have not gotten any 99s, no.
That's cringe as fuck. I've gotten like 5.
The hell? Why are you so special?
I don't know. Why aren't you special?
Innocence proves
Innocence
nothing.
proved nothing. Any 40k Inquisitor ever?
They got
Oh, it's
that
okay.
luck of the
40k
Irish.
went down the hill.
It's not good luck.
Occo doesn't have that grind set mentality? No.
It went weird for sure. I'm not sure where they are right now, lore-wise.
That's a question for based Archman. I don't really have the answer for that. All I know is that they included female, the female like class is like the only male class is now females too. And yet.
Yes, and it's dumb.
And it's dumb. Mm-hmm.
You know, what I don't like about that is they did it so lazily. They just, oh no, they were always there. It's like, no, like you could create more content. You could introduce this as a story element, but no, you would rather just go, it was just there because I'm too lazy to think for 2 seconds for a narrative, like, approach that would make some semblance of sense.
Mm-hmm.
This might be a discussion for another day, Occo, but I can give you the Custodes rundown.
I would appreciate that, yeah, because I'll be honest with you, 40k has always been something I've been interested in, but because of the barrier to entry, kind of like watching One Piece, I've just never felt like jumping in.
Yeah, the big issue a lot of people have is not just that they really wanted femme Custodes, which is not supposed to be a thing to start with, but the exact same like faction or group has an entirely female class, which are the Sisters of Battle, which are really fucking cool, and people love them.
That's equivalent. like they're, I would almost say that they're like some ways they're better than Custodes.
Like, Space Marine is sort of the face of the franchise, but if you ever see, like, a 40k story, somebody's gonna bring up Sisters of Battle at some point.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna bring up Sisters of Battle, they're gonna bring up Guardsmen, and they're gonna bring up the... what are they called? It's like Kriegsmen or whatever?
Lore, you know, they are...
For some reason, I can never remember them.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, people love the Sisters of Battle.
In terms of like how they are presented in any narrative.
I think that's what really confused people with like there's not enough female representation, because Sisters of Battle aren't like niche, they're really loved. And they're on about just as much art as the actual Space Marines are.
Mm-hmm.
Also, yes, chat. Cat girls are lore accurate to fucking 40k.
I have a lot of friends who want mating games. Yes, they are. Cat girls are. Yes, they are. Cat girls are accurate. So are space elves, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't think my barrier. See, Chad. The thing is, I don't think that me playing the board game has been the barrier of entry. I just don't feel. I feel like the lore is so expansive that like, I don't feel like I can get into it.
You don't need to like know all the lore. A lot of people don't. It's kind of like if somebody asked you to read all of the Star Wars expanded universe.
Realistically, wouldn't have a lot of knowledge starting out.
Yeah.
Hey, there's a 98.
I think Star Wars is a really good comparison.
Approach it, because now it's, well, I don't know the lore, well, on this character, so Star Wars is a good, fucking great comparison. Who said it's not?
No, I was just saying, like, for Occo, because, like, you can watch Star Wars and you don't need to know, like, the politics of all the planets or all the alien species. You just need to know those guys are Sith and they're bad, those guys are Jedi and they're good, and you can kind of fill in the blanks from there.
Right.
And they
The
fight a
problem
lot.
is you get a lot of people saying there's no objectively good guys in 40k, which there is not morally good guys, but the humans are objectively the good guys in the world and scenario.
Get mom into Warhammer.
Yeah, I mean, if you thought human racism was bad, ooh, oh my god, you haven't seen what some of those other alien races can do. And have done. Have
Oh,
you
we
ever
were.
heard of Super Holocaust? No, I'm kidding. But they're, that's actually, that's half a joke, but it's also not a joke, so.
We were talked about something similar to this the other day because I told Occo, as somebody who doesn't know anything about D&D, because I've never really played it, I learned for the first time that beholders aren't like just mindless monsters. They're actually hyper intelligent.
Oh yeah.
And they're all extremely racist.
Oh yeah, they are also extremely racist.
And I'd never known that. I just assumed they were big dumb monsters.
No, beholders are like one of the last things that you want to meet because of how smart they are.
It's funny. Yeah, they're, you will lose, basically. It's just...
I think, one of my favorite
got another
things...
99.
ways that you could even get around in a counter with one, and unless you're high level, you're not. It's gonna be a bad time.
Yeah,
South Park mean you're gonna have a bad time.
I remember a story I listened to where people were playing a module against the beholder, and the beholder was actually insane. Like their brain, because like again they're hyper intelligent, but this beholder actually had like went insane, and so they had multiple personalities, and one of the personalities was them actually like being evil and shit, but one of the other ones was them being like super duper nice. So like beholders are something that I really find interesting. Wolf, thank you for the 5. Warhammer 40k Space Elves literally murder orgy the god of excess
hearing
into
about one story
existence.
where it was a beholder that had a degenerative disease.
Yeah, no, yeah. There's, I think there was another one where I read that
Like
the
a
beholder.
brain degenerate, like dementia or Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
And it was like Logan, where Patrick Stewart's Xavier had like shit. It's just he'd have an attack and like, oh, just raw psychic pressure. There's no target. It's just bad.
Right. No, yeah, like. Yeah, let me finish real quickly. Slaanesh was created by space elves being space elves. That's funny. Yeah.
Alright, that's something for DK you could know, is that basically a lot of the gods were sort of just like willed into existence by people believing hard enough in it.
Like icons in Final Fantasy XIV.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say they're like primals.
Okay.
Yeah, it's my lore for my VTuber, that they're not weak against like crosses or anything. They're actually weak against the conviction that's held behind the belief in that religious symbol.
Baldur's Gate 3 is the first
So it's
is a
more
good
of the
example. The first beholder in the game can
Rather
be
than the
easily
symbol
soloed by any class.
Yeah, it can be.
Yeah, for real. Like they did the beholder dirty in BG3.
At least the one you meet in the intermission part, yeah. To be fair, when you're meeting a beholder, like very first in the beginning of the game, that is like a death sentence. There's a reason why you don't meet beholders when you just start out an adventure.
I don't know anything about D&D.
No, that's fair. Eventually we're gonna have
It's also why I never
session.
got into Baldur's Gate. I didn't really care.
Eventually we're gonna have a session.
I need to run to the store, and I also need to prepare for my stream.
No, you're totally good.
Thank you very much for having me, Nathan. So, you guys,
Have a good store trip.
You enjoy
I'm glad
yourself.
to have been able to provide any context for the view.
Don't get cartelled.
Well, we appreciate you having here too.
I would. Yes, I will.
Feel free to boot me anytime for more autism. Oh, they left. Oh well.
It's okay. They're amazing though. That
know.
was Eva, the elf pirate chat. I will post their link here in the description again.
I
Just
got
for you guys. Give me a moment, chat. When we're done here, I'll post it again. She is amazing, chat. Definitely want to do more with her in the future. She's really funny. And she's, again, a lawyer. Well, non-practicing right now. Doesn't have a license, but she went to law school, so... I would say that she knows law. She's a better non-practicing lawyer than Rakeda is, by far.
I got another 99.
I did not.
So if you go to your consumables and then you search for 99, there's nothing there?
I mean, I have some, but they're not recent. There you go, chat. Go follow her. Go follow her. There's 120 of you in chat right now, so go follow her.
Since we've started, I've gotten 799s.
The fuck?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Rima thought that your COVID test was a pregnancy test.
So did you.
Did I say that?
You said everybody's getting sick.
Mizu is pregnant? Yes, chat. Send us a link?
I've had that.
I posted it in chat. Did it not post on Twitch? There.
I posted a picture of an old pregnancy test I had found a picture of. Why did you jump in before I was done?
Sorry, I thought you were ready. My apologies.
You'll see when they spawn. It's got like a little red arrow above them.
Thank you, Ryan. We'll never know the father.
I posted a picture of like an old pregnancy test I had found before, and I just said something like, you know, I had done so well to not get sick, and I finally caught COVID. Which is a common joke people made for a while, because the COVID tests are styled to look almost exactly like a fucking pregnancy test.
Yeah. It's Lumi? What do you mean it's Lumi? Is Lumi here? I don't see Lumi. Lumi's sick. She and I both got sick. Although I think my thing was... I don't know what happened to my body. It still feels like shit right now.
Skill issue.
I'm calling her for the night? Alright, Clem. We'll be doing this for at least another hour and a half, too. Lumi is the father.
Completely random thing. I played Fortnite all morning this morning.
Oh,
got
I'm sorry.
like 30 battle pass levels.
You actually liking Fortnite?
It's fun. I like beating up on children.
Occo is the father? Sure. Technically...
So I had... No, you do your thing.
I was just gonna say, technically that would work out, because if a male octopus has his babies, he won't die, it's just the female that dies.
So I had money left over from buying like the First Descendant battle pass and stuff that I never spent.
Yeah.
So I bought this Sharon skin. Because I kind of looked at it and was like, you know what? I like the skin tight tactical look.
No, I like that. What was my skin? I know I got one for Sharon that I liked. Oh, I can't change it unless I go to an outpost. Never mind.
Give me a sec. I have to get my stealth back up.
Really quickly, the only other thing that we could listen to tonight is this Chud Logic stream where they're grilling Mudahar about being friends with Nux. Did you want to listen to that?
Have you watched it already?
I have watched it already. It is high tier cringe.
Is it a better like to TLDR it or?
The TLDR is like Nux Taku is they're questioning Nux Taku for being in the commentary circle.
Occo.
Yep. Basically, they bring Chud Logic brings in Mudahar, and they're like, well, Mudahar, why'd you get rid of the podcast? Because recently the podcast that Mudahar, Oompaville, and Nux Taku did kind of just like stopped, and they're like, isn't it because of Nux Taku's ties to Shadman? And he's like, no, it's not. And then they bring out some evidence saying that, like, that was part of it. And Mudahar's like, well, yeah, I guess it is kind of sort of part of it, but, like, not really. And, they're like, do you know his ties to Shadman? And Mudahar's like, well, no, obviously not, but this isn't, like, it basically was a back and forth until Mudahar's like, okay, if he has ties to a lolicon artist, we're gonna have to unperson him from the podcast. And I just sat there and I'm like, man, Nux Taku's fucking screwed. Because, like, yeah, I can tell you for a fact that, like, the amount of shit that Nux Taku was connected to before he decided to just run away from everybody, like, and the thing that bothers me the most is, like, the purity test that I see these commentary YouTubers, like, spin with each other. It's like, yeah, no fucking shit that, like, Flamenco was, like, booted out from the commentary sphere, because these people have such a hard purity test that it's just, like, disgusting, petty garbage shit. So, like, on one hand, it's like, I want to feel bad for Nux, but on the other, it's like, I don't feel bad for him at all, because he made his bed, and his bed is, like, being with the people who don't, like, have good standards.
Go back to the safe zone, by the way.
Which one?
The one we spawned at, originally.
Oh, the other one. I was gonna switch Descendant, so give me a moment.
Oh no, you need that one, if you're on Freyna.
Oh yeah, that's my skin for Freyna. Oh shit, I leveled up. Oh, change Descendant. I seem to remember a story about a guy who sold out his friend for silver coins. Yeah? That does seem like something Nux would do.
I could see Nux doing that, yeah.
It's just like, Nux doesn't really have any principles. They talk about it during the video. It's just like, they don't know what his principles are. Mudahar's like, you know what, now that I think about it, I don't know.
Wrong Descendant.
Wait, why are we doing the other one?
Because we have a couple things.
Oh, I see. Okay. I see now.
That's why I said you need Freyna.
It's late, man. But, like, they all, like, come to this conclusion. And Diorio, again, like, I don't hate Diorio, but I really hate it when he tries to get in the mud with all of the moral fiending that he does.
Oh, I do. I think he's cringe as fuck.
Like, sometimes he has some okay things to say, but, like, 99 out of 100 times, when he gets into the moral fiending that I see, it's just like, bro, you're, like, so shitty of a person, and I don't like you at all. Nux is a Canadian? Well, that explains it.
So you stand over there, by the way.
What, over here?
Where those guys just spawned.
Oh, okay. But yeah, like, the entire stream, and I bet you 110%.
No, over there!
Oh, you want me to stand next to it?
Yeah!
Okay.
Because it goes really quick. They spawn at the same time on both sides.
I see. But, like, the entire segment from Shed Logic is where they're just like, oh, you have to get rid of Nux Taku if he is in bed with lowly artists. And it's just like, Nux, if you didn't, like, sell people down the river in the past, I think a lot more people would be with you. But I think by the end of the day, nobody's going to be on Nux's side, and he's going to be all alone. Probably getting sued by Taigga. That's just an opinion, not fact, by the way. They can't call it moral... You know, yeah, we call it moral fiending just because...
People get upset about the other word.
Yeah. I don't care about calling it that. Remember teal deer?
No, teal deer. T-E-A-L, teal.
Yeah.
The color.
They said teal deer.
Yeah, that was a YouTuber.
Well... Who? I don't know this YouTuber.
His name was Teal Deer.
Uh-huh. What was his thing?
It was a lot more of the political side of things. I don't really know what happened to him, honestly.
And he did the TLDR?
I mean, sort of, yeah, because he did a lot of he was like Aiden Paladin, where he'd cover a lot of studies and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Not to defend Nux, but we don't know if Nux interactions with Shad was before his controversy. Yeah, that's the thing with Shad. It's just like I don't think that just from the surface level, I don't see it. But you're right, it doesn't matter because like when it comes to the commentary community, if they smell blood in the water, they're gonna hop on you. Like just look at what they did with Flamenco. Now, to be fair, Flamenco could have handled things a lot better, but like the way that they go after people that they perceive to be morally disgusting in their heads, they're just gonna they're gonna go after you, and you're gonna be somebody to ridicule forever. So, and I think he knows that, and I don't know why you would get in bed with people like that.
I just don't know why Mudahar's on this anti-lolly kick. He's such an idiot for it.
No, he is.
No, guys, you don't understand. Watching terrorist beheading videos is totally normal. I just think it's really interesting. But you lolly weirdos, like, I don't know what's wrong with you. I unironically think he's a psychopath.
Muda?
He's got issues.
I have a comment, but I'm not gonna say it on YouTube.
Fair.
It's called the glowy comment chat. By the way, I was told by some of Kirch's followers that I need to get a glowy emote, so that when people want to be glowy in the chat, that they just spam that.
That could be funny.
Like, yeah, like that, Tape. I need to get a glowy emote. It won't work on YouTube, but I need it. I appreciate Muda's help in exposing Josiah Mizukami. That's being said, that take of his on Lolly was horrible. Well, it's again the same take that I feel like a lot of dumb people have. They just don't understand. And I see the I don't agree with the argument, but I see the argument, and it's just like you are opening yourself up to issues that you probably should just not open yourself up to.
You good over there?
Yeah, I'm fine. Shield guys are kind of hard to kill.
Run up to him, roll past him, and he'll typically try and shield smash the ground.
Fair enough.
So it takes 2 of these to open 1 relic.
Okay. And where do we go?
So do you know how many you have?
I need the inorganic shards, right?
No, the relics.
Oh, the relics? The 99 ones, right?
Yeah.
I have 3.
Okay, we'll do this 4 times. That way we can just crack all of them immediately. I got some shape stabilizers from that too, so hopefully that helps my chances.
I got one of those.
Oh, I've learned something even more annoying than farming these, I think. The precision code breakers.
What's wrong with them?
They just drop randomly from enemies.
Oh, yeah.
And I found a farm where people have been farming them, and it's considered the best one. I ran the mission like 7 or 8 times and only got 1.
People were normal in the internet? Absolutely not.
Lol, normal.
People kept to themselves back then. Now you can't do that.
Yeah, I kind of miss those days. I really want ultimate money, by the way. This is so fucking annoying.
I bet.
I'm not even farming the crafting material for just the pieces.
Hey, it's correlation equals causation fallacy, the Logley argument, which is funny because the same can be applied to video games or D&D during the Satanic Panic. No, yeah, I agree. It's just like these people want to be moral fiends about a whole bunch of shit that they don't need to be, and it's just like, bro, you realize that like these same arguments will be applied to you in the future, and you're gonna get pissed off. Like, I remember when Muda was talking about the Keffel shit, and everybody's like, oh, Muda's transphobic, and it's just like, bro, that's not what it is. But, like, there you go. You want to see people, like, improperly, like, get pissy with you for things that aren't your fault? Well, there you go.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, if you get this, like, idea that you don't like something, so you can just call it whatever you want, you've established that everybody can do that to you.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They don't like your portrayal of Keffels. You're now transphobic. Doesn't matter what else you said, what you did was transphobic. Boom. You've lost that argument because you've admitted that if you don't like somebody, you can just ascribe motive to them.
Yep. So, chat, if we're gonna take what Muda says at face value, I guess he is transphobic then. For using that thumbnail image, I guess he is transphobic.
Yeah.
Oh well. Playing by his rules.
Random side question. Without saying who, are we going to cover that clip we got on Thursday, I guess? I think Lumi wanted to talk about it, it seems.
Seems like Lumi wants to, and I have no issue with it.
I watched like a minute of it.
You gotta go to like what was it? Hold on. I might die here, hold on. You gotta go to 3 minutes and 20 seconds in order to get to the part where we're called irrelevant and non-trustworthy. Which I find funny. Yes, the person that averaged, like literally, the person that averaged 150 tonight while we were talking about Taigga is irrelevant and nobody trusts them. Yes! Try and sell that one.
I kind of am, but I'm off to the side doing my thing.
I don't consider you irrelevant. You just need to market your channel better.
Also, I live rent-free in all of their heads, and it's hilarious.
Yeah, and see, that's the thing that's most funny, is like, you're not even that big, and you live rent-free in people's heads.
Yeah. It's bizarre when, like... 'cause this came out when we were talking with Rima, is... she would, like, show people our channel, and they would immediately know who I was out of the whole group.
Yeah.
But anytime we talk to anybody, they're like, oh yeah, Occo, Lumi, and Blue One. They know who I am, they just refuse to say it. It's so funny.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just like, Mizu, you're not part of some weird evil cabal, are you?
Apparently I am now. They fear your name. Yeah, I've said it before, some of them treat me like Voldemort. Like, if they say my name, I'm gonna appear and kill them.
The femboy that shall not be named. Soon to be the Shota femboy that shall not be named.
Yeah. Next month.
Next month.
If everything still goes right.
Mizu Child has so many opinions. Are you taking a vacation, like, from streaming?
No, well, I mean, I'm gonna have to, but... I'm taking an actual vacation.
Where are you going?
The beach.
Okay.
My mother has invited me, and she's already paid for my room, so I said, yep, I'm going.
How long you be gone?
Just a couple of days.
Fun shit. You gonna be gone on Thursday?
I don't know. I have to check the dates again. Like, I already took them off for work, but I only knew the numbers. I didn't actually check what physical days they were.
Mm-hmm. And boy haters go too far? Nah, it's alright. Mizu's used to it. He's not, like... But the algorithm?
Yeah,
Mizu's not in the algorithm right now, so it's fine.
Yeah. Well, I think some of them think it gets under my skin because I talk about it, and I don't think they realize I talk about it because it's really fucking funny.
Yeah, that's the thing that's really funny, is people, like, constantly, I see people, like, talking about how irrelevant we are, and it's just like, you know, it makes me want to talk about it more. It makes me want to laugh at you more, because I get under your skin that bad.
It will never not be funny.
Yeah.
Invite your mom to the podcast. That shit ain't
Absolutely
happening.
not.
I don't even tell her that I stream.
My mom knows, and I don't want her to be any part of it. I've told her that she is allowed to watch if she really wants to, but she is not allowed to comment. Same with my grandma, because my grandma used to watch me when I was on Facebook. I told her, I was like, you are not allowed to comment on any of my streams. She's like, oh, but I want to support you. It's like, it does not matter. I was like,
one more.
I was like, if you enjoy your private life, you do not comment on my shit. Synopsis of the Taigga take, it's retarded that he was banned.
I do not get the femboy hate, sexual frustration, bordering on violence, or what. They all think I'm racist and transphobic.
Which is funny, because again, you used to be trans.
Yes.
And I used to, at the very least, have dysphoria. They want to forget that, though. They want to omit that.
Yes.
Means we're apostates.
I'll probably get in trouble later if the reply I made to somebody takes off. But I made like the only political tweet I've ever made on my account, my roommate's account. When somebody asked like, why are there furries that would support Trump in Project 2025 over Kamala? And I think people might take it as me taking a political side, but I genuinely only said it because I find this information really fucking hilarious. But a furry hacktivist group hacked the Heritage Foundation because they were so mad about Project 2025. And they found out that something like ridiculous, like 97% of traffic going into the Heritage Foundation was all from Chinese IP addresses.
Yeah.
The entire organization is a foreign psyop.
No, yeah, I agree.
And it was just like, somebody says, why do furries support Republicans when they believe in Project 2025? And I was like, this is such a perfect moment for me to say, because furries hacked Project 2025 and found out it was just a fake Chinese psyop.
Well,
and
now
I've already
what?
got like 6 hidden replies to it.
Wait, 6
that
people...
I can't see.
You should go on an alt to see if what they are. I might die.
Skill issue. How are you almost dying? I only have like 4,000 health.
I don't know. Please show me. Mizu, you would probably know it better than me.
I'd have to find the name of the group. I don't remember their name. It's just hilariously funny information. I don't know the name of the group.
Okay. I follow you.
Yeah. I always run back over here because the resource caches.
Left fell for a Chinese finger trap? Yes.
Well, to be fair, there are a couple like actual Republicans involved in it.
But I don't think they realize.
It's a really tiny minority of extremely old people who you have definitely never heard of because no one cares.
Yeah. In my personal opinion, I don't think 2025 is real. I think it was just a way to scare people into voting for the other side. Which is why it's like one of those things that has only started to become big because Trump is like actually here now.
Yeah.
They're trying to put him with it when he's said constantly he's not part of it.
Yeah. Yeah, this spawns 2, by the way, just the elite warden and the girl down there.
Okay.
The warden is weaker.
Nice.
So for the other one that you get, the 98s, I have 24 of them.
That's insane.
I got another fucking Glay catalyst. Fuck off.
Hey, I got a Glade Catalyst. Hell yeah.
I've got like 9 of those.
We already have that. Imagine what the left thinks the right is, and they make policies based off of that. Yeah.
Because it's one of those things where I don't like to talk about politics unless I find it funny. And I think furry hacktivists finding out the biggest Republican scare of the year was actually a Chinese psyop is really fucking funny.
No, that is pretty damn funny in my personal opinion.
Hey, buddy. How's that feel?
I'm talking more and more about politics just because I find it... I'll be honest, I find more of it funny than you probably do. I know Lumi's very passionate about it. I like to talk about it just when it's funny. Especially when it comes to the fact that Twitter was being DDoSed because they don't want Trump to talk to Elon Musk.
Yeah.
That was funny. I'm probably gonna have to talk about that tomorrow. Why won't it let me open it? Oh, it's up there.
Yeah, it always spawns a new one. Right where the last enemy died. I got the clairvoyance blueprint.
Cross your fingers. Secret garden synthetic. Lovely.
Yeah, the other thing is, and why this one's pretty good compared to some others, is it has the 6% chance for the catalyst or catalyzer, whatever it's called.
Yeah. Ma'am, stay away. I don't give you permission. Bad touch.
You can let me know if you ever need help with like the catalyzer. I have a couple things I've found to get it easier. I have no ammo.
The catalyst. Oh, the thing that allows you to make the double your capacity thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do need to start grinding for that. I was gonna start grinding for the other one that allows you to the forma of the game, basically. All right.
Yeah.
Last one. Cross your fingers. It's another secret synthetic fucking fiber blueprint. Fucking hell.
Bro, I've gone through like 30 of these.
So is this game like a bullet sponge enemies? It's kind of like Warframe, a little bit.
I don't really think any of them qualify as bullet sponges necessarily. Because there's a vast difference between some of the enemies in this and some of the bosses in Destiny.
Yeah.
Anyways, I had to go back to get ammo and swap to Sharon.
Oh shit, I should get ammo as well.
Yeah, you said that was your last one, right? Or do you have another one to do?
I have the other amorphous materials, but...
Oh yeah, I haven't been spending those because I don't want to waste it.
Well, do you have any other of the because I don't have the ultimate drop from those ones.
Oh, the ultimate Ajax?
No, so the one that I have is yeah, the ultimate Ajax. I don't have that one.
If you want to do a couple more, I can.
Yeah, because like you already have the other drop, the ultimate Ajax one, right?
Oh, I don't have any more void shards. Has it been using your void shards for it, or does it only use the person who activates it?
I don't know. Let me look. Which void shards does it use?
It is like inorganic and something else. It uses inorganic and polymer.
I don't know. That's a good question.
How many do you have?
A lot. Like more than 30.
Okay. You can teleport to the other camp to get here quicker.
Where are you at again? Why is it not showing you on the map?
I'm straight ahead.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
You got completely lost.
I did, yes. I did.
Yeah,
Broke
I've got
diet
this
today?
one.
I'm sorry.
I've got this one down to like a science. Because I've been farming it so much.
Alright, what does it say
Like-
for you?
I don't know.
Because, like, if it doesn't work properly, it should tell you.
Well, I mean, either way, I'll help you kill them.
Fair enough.
Yeah, starting conditions do not match. You cannot receive additional rewards.
Okay.
So it's because it does use it.
It's kind of weird.
No, it makes
Occo's-
sense.
Occo, as an autist, how's Luna's gameplay? I haven't played Luna yet. I have her, because I decided to buy her. So I wanted to support... I was like, you know what? I'm going to buy a few Descendants. Just for funsies. She's one of the ones that I bought. I just haven't played her yet. Okay. Let's go back to farming the stuff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna change Descendants. I'm going to sleep. Alright, you have a good one.
I'll meet you over here.
You know what? It might be dangerous, but I am going to play Luna. This just means I can't, like, interact with the bosses or enemies at all.
Well, I mean, you just have to let me break all the machines.
Yeah, that's gonna be the goal. Gotta do HP amplification so that she has a shit ton of health. I am grateful for people that joined today. All 100... Again, we were at like 150 people at the peak here, so I appreciate everybody for that. Again, totally irrelevant streamer that gets no views whatsoever.
Oh yeah, I don't.
Like I said, we're working on you. You're next, so...
Soon, one day.
It was me first, then Lumi jumped up massively. Now it's you.
Yeah, chat, don't forget to like and subscribe. Ring
Like
that
and
notification
subscribe.
bell.
Ring the notification bell. By the way, chat, we're at 95 likes here. If you haven't hit the like button yet, consider hitting the like button. Very much appreciated. Galileo says hi, Mizu.
Hi.
Alright, that should be fine. What kind of attacker are you? She is a non-attribute.
Who, the new girl?
Yeah, Luna.
Fuck.
What?
I'm not gonna complete this run. Damn it.
Kirsha drama brought me over. Yeah, I imagine that a decent chunk of people decided to follow me because of the Kirsha stuff. You know, which is fine. I don't really mind that much. I don't mind at all, because, like, when it comes to building an audience, sometimes, you know, you have to jump out there and cover different things. I had just barely decided to start covering, pop culture, drama, like, on my main channel. And worked out, you know? I'm glad I could defend a creator that I believed in. While at the same time, whoa!
Yeah, they can see you if you get anywhere near it.
No, they one-shot me, that's the problem.
Skill issue.
I'm level 1, what do you expect?
Yeah, but I hadn't broke them yet, so...
The hell was that? You're probably just gonna have to res yourself?
No, that's the best way to do it. You can just breeze it quicker that way.
I'm still counted as in the mission area while standing here. sir. Stay away. I found out about you from seeing you in Kirsch's chat, which is funny because I knew Lumi from appearing on Archcasta. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, we're all slowly, like, building into that. Excuse me.
I got another 99.
Well, I didn't. The hell? What's this about you getting all the good shit? Also, what do you think of, I got Luna's swimsuit outfit. I returned with noodles and coffee. Welcome back, Tim. I'm, like, super hungry, but by the same token, I'm trying to not eat a lot because of...
I just hit 88 on the battle pass, so that's the last ultimate launcher.
Oh, wow, you're ahead of me now.
So I jumped up massively last night. At some point I went from like 54 to 78, like all at once.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
I guess like a whole bunch of missions got finished.
I'm getting close to some of the season ones. Like, let's see. I've almost hit 20 million gold.
Yeah, that was one of the ones I got last night. That was a big jump.
Wow, defeat enemies. 200,000 enemies. That's probably not going to happen. Use amorphous material. That could happen, but I need to use a lot more. Defeat enemies with Thunder Cage equipped. That might happen.
Oh, I already finished that one for the day.
Zako suffering from tummy hort? Yes.
We all suffer from tummy hort. Nah, go shoot the boss. You gotta shoot the boss before he heals.
Oh, did he heal?
Yes, you could see his HP bar.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, I'm trying not to die. Because again, I'm like level 3. Is that a good idea? Abso-fucking-lutely not.
Oh,
boss is chasing me! Oh, I see how it works. You have to shoot in rhythm.
Yeah.
Ow.
There we go. Yeah, you get lots of random stuff from this.
You get anything again? Slap dies, yes. Again, I'm playing a level 3 character, chat. It's not a smart idea, I know, but you know.
I want to find the skin I saw on this YouTube video. I don't know who had it, but it was one of the females.
You make do.
No, not you.
The antennas that are around the map that increase the outpost armor might increase the drop rate. It can, yes, but it takes too much time. What Mizu is doing a sneak thing, and that increases the thing as well.
Oh no, the things around the map don't increase drop rate. That's for a separate mechanic.
What does it do then?
I'd have to pull the thing back up again. I just remembered it was basically just not worth it, point blank. What it is for this mission is this is the infiltration thing.
Mm-hmm.
What makes it confusing is they use the word infiltration for those things too, even though it's not infiltration. When they say infiltration, they literally just mean this one alternate mission objective.
I see.
Shoot the boss!
Good old Korean translation's always confusing. Yes.
I don't even think it's a translation thing. I just think they didn't consider the fact that they used the same word for two different mechanics. We got another 99.
Why is it that you get all of the? I've got nothing. Do you have like a drop rate on or something?
I shouldn't. I got a 98 and a 99 from that.
The hell?
Oh, my Thunder Cage is maxed.
Mine's been maxed for a little while.
I've been actually using my crystallization catalyst on it.
I need to get more of those. Have you been buying any of them, or did you just like build them?
Oh, I found a good way to grind them.
How have you been grinding them? I might want to do. I might want to do some of that tonight.
I could see if I find the video again for you. The hard part is the what do you call it?
The brains.
The actual creation thing.
Mm-hmm.
No, the brains are super easy.
Oh, hi there.
The brains used to be a problem. Now we're just gonna have to do this one. Oh well.
Oh, did it count? Because we're not in.
Yeah, but if they've seen you at all, it doesn't matter if you're in or not.
Welcome to level 4.
That's why you can't be like a distance away from it and not be behind a wall.
That's kind of dumb. Well, by the same token, you know, it's whatever.
Yeah.
Ow. I'm using keto, did that for military, went from 330 to 210. Hey, awesome.
I've heard keto's really good.
Yeah, basically you can eat anything that's just not, like, calories.
Yeah.
I might switch off of this unit, because it looks like you have to fill up her secondary bar in order to do shit, and you do that by attacking in rhythm. And...
yeah.
that just ain't working very well. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. I mean, she's cute, but...
I'll put it in DMs for you. But, fuck. Why is my...
Fun fact,
Interesting.
Valby is non-attribute as well.
Yes.
That's weird.
So that's the one I was using. I went through a whole bunch to see if I could find good ones. And that was probably the most concise one I had. The only thing I would say not to do, and he mentions it in the comments, is to not get crystallization catalyst blueprints from the void shards, which is what other people had been recommending.
Mm-hmm.
You can actually do the mission, the shelter, and they're just more efficient to get drops that way.
By the way, I think we'll be going for about another 20 minutes, then I'm gonna go to bed.
Okay. If you can solo the shelter, which you really just need a good bunny for, or if you have a team with you, you can also put on the external modifiers for the shelter. Because if you can get them up to 200%, you'll get you have a chance at 2 blueprint drops instead of just 1.
Right. Oh, yeah.
I still, even with my bunny, can't solo the shelter, just because of the boss at the end. She's just too weak.
Yeah.
So I want to get ultimate bunny first. But I still do just regular shelter with teams of people.
What is the difference between bunny and ultimate bunny?
Mostly stats.
Hey, there's a 99.
It's same as Warframe. Basically. but some of them are less important than others. The biggest thing is there is a Transcendent mod that only works on the ultimate version of Bunny. And it is one of her better mods. They also have more Catalyst pre-installed.
So did you see that Twitch is rolling out an experimental prompt powered by machine learning that encourages users to pause before sending chat messages?
I did, and I was like, this is dumb.
It is dumb, yes. Smug Alana makes up a good point. She's like, people aren't going to actually say slurs at me. They're going to use numbers and a combination of special symbols in order to say shit at me. And I'm like, yeah, like, Twitch is not actually going to fix anything with this. Like, legitimately, Twitch, if you just don't want people to say horrible words...
Gamer words?
You know, just ban those words, broski. I don't know.
I actually had this opinion for a while. I think the increasing focus on making sure people can't be mean on the internet is actually making people more mean.
I agree.
Because I've talked about this before, because it's the same thing when people bring up the violence in video games causes real life violence thing, is that historically video games are a very good outlet, and that while people can be more violent while playing a game, typically if they're allowed to be violent in game, afterwards their overall aggression decreases lower than the normal.
Yeah.
So when you're actively preventing people from getting that frustration out in what is factually just a safe way to do it, they just keep bottling it up and it just gets worse.
Yeah, I just think it's not gonna help.
Random friendly advice when we're doing this. You know how you can get the veteran pieces, the veteran external components?
No.
So the external components you should be getting from this have the veteran tag, which have a set effect.
Okay.
They're not golds.
I see. I see.
Keep an eye out for those veteran ones and try to get a full set that all have consumable drop rate increases.
Does that allow for more drops overall?
Not of this specifically, not these kind of consumables, but it does affect the drop rates for code breakers and code analyzers, which are genuinely important later.
I see.
And are a pain in the ass to get. So it's just kind of a good idea to be collecting them already. I have a gold consumable drop rate up on all of it but one.
Interesting. Ow. Oh. There are some family-friendly YouTubers who will switch curse words for something else that sounds like that word. Yes, they will. I hate family-friendly YouTubers.
I have to let him kill me. Fun fact, Sharon has a glitch with her ultimate where sometimes it will get stuck in an in-between state and refuse to let you shoot. Hopefully that gets fixed.
I hate the meta of using family-friendly versions of words. It feels so childish. Yeah. Even if
it
legal
does, but you have to.
Even if legal has a good take, it's still a bad take. Oh my gosh, did I get 2 there?
No, you can't get 2 99s, but you can get a 98 and a 99.
I think that's what happened. Yep.
Yeah, so if you look at... You should step out of the center, by the way. If you hover over it on the Zone Recon mission, it says an acquisition chance on everything. That is just your chance to get that one specific item from a run, but you can literally get every single item on this table in one run. Because it's just like a bunch of dice rolling individually for each one.
Yeah.
Instead of like Relics, where Relics does one roll for every single item and you get the one item. This does an individual roll for every single item, and you can possibly get every single one.
That's funny.
It's also why I'm kind of surprised you're not getting many 99s, because when I do this, it increases the drop rate to 25%.
I must just be rolling zeros all the time.
Possibly. You're just getting super unlucky. Ouch.
I don't know why I'm so tired, chat. I slept like the first half of the day. Like, I woke up at 3 a.m. I told my boss I'm not coming in. I'm just like thrown up.
Oh my god, it glitched again. Fuck me.
My boss is like, you alright? I was like, yeah, if this keeps happening, I'm gonna go to urgent care. Thank God I was able to like calm my stomach down. I think the moment I took the Pepto is when things finally calmed down. I called my roommate. I was like, can you like go to the CVS for me? And she did.
DP Octopus.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest, I might just be done after this run.
That's fair. Did you get another one?
Nope, but I got sharp precision shot.
I think the big drop for this one is Walk the Tightrope, which I'm not a big fan of.
Susan reached out from beyond the grave for one more filter. Oh gosh.
No, well.
I do appreciate everybody that was here tonight. You guys are amazing. Like I said, we're probably going to do more coverage of Taigga on Thursday on the podcast. We'll see if we can get another guest on to talk that day. Talking to people. We'll see. I feel like we'll do a little bit more of a complete history about this. I'll be honest. With everything that's gone on, I don't think Taigga should have been attacked like this. But just like bar none. At all.
Yeah.
And oh my goodness. I just hope it stops. I think that the harasser is definitely losing right now. So that's good.
It's not going in their favor.
No. I just got the notification that you went live. I'm sorry. I mean, the stream will still stay up. But anyway, I appreciate everybody that came out tonight. I'll be back tomorrow. Probably going to talk about the Twitter space with Donald Trump and Elon Musk because, yes, we live in clown world. But yeah, thank you everybody for coming tonight. And is there somebody worth rating right now?
Shiro.
Is Shiro live right now?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I'll give Rosa the YouTube people.
There's their name.
Justice for Taigga? Yes. Yes. Oh, they're playing Helldivers. I uninstalled Helldivers.
A lot of people did.
It's sad, but you know, not much I can do. Anyway, chat, you guys have a good night. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Night, chat.